Elon Musk has been going on a crusade to cancel Netflix. Matt Kim, who's like a political correspondent.
I want to hear his conspiracy theories.
Elon Musk is leading the charge to cancel Netflix because it's so woke. He says nothing about his own platform having unlimited porn and death available to minors, but okay. Netflix has had bad, immoral content on its platform for years. So has Disney, so has HBO, so has every single platform. So why Netflix and why now? Here's a coincidence. Elon Musk's buddy, Larry Ellison, and Ellison's son, David, they just closed on a deal to take over Paramount.
That's
the competing streaming
interesting.
service that also owns CBS, Showtime, Nickelodeon. And Paramount just dropped
That's hilarious.
$7.7 billion.
A worthy conspiracy theory.
All this bad kids content, you should go to Paramount. Well, we got SpongeBob and Paw Patrol, and they're not going to be trans. We got dogs on a motorcycle.
What people need to understand is children's programming is entirely values driven. That is the point of children's entertainment. We're wired to take in the world through story. And so forever, I mean, when I was a kid, G.I. Joe was like, they had like little PSAs in the middle of the episode, and they'd be like, don't go in the water when it's thunder and lightning because the electricity travels through water and it can kill you. And now you know, and knowing is half the battle, right? And then every episode is going to have some theme of friendship or whatever. And so literally every piece of children's entertainment is wrapped around a theme. That's what storytelling is, especially when you're talking to kids. So there's always going to be values that are transmitted to kids. So the fact that they are transmitting values isn't the problem. The problem is we no longer have a shared set of values. And so now it's like, well, some people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. Remember, there are people that are looking at the trans ideology in these cartoons and they feel warmth. They feel an embrace of inclusion. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm so glad that my kids are growing up with this. This is so inclusive and so kind. It's just that some people have extreme backlash against this. So I think Netflix is going to have to do something like includes like trans content, LGBT, whatever, like, and they list the things that this includes. It'll probably be something like that. That way parents can click a button and be like, no. Don't ever show my kids' algorithm.
Exclude rainbow
anything
flags.
like that. Yes, because like on YouTube, I would very much, the degree of parental control that I would want for my kids would be extreme. I want to make sure that there are certain things that my kids don't see. There are people that do experiments where they'll wipe an iPad. They'll do things like auto watch, because I guess autoplay is a signal that you're a kid. Autoplay an hour's worth of Cocomelon, and then see what the algorithm starts like showing you after that. And then they'll watch a bunch of shorts that are being recommended to them. They'll let them all autoplay. And then they see what they start getting recommended. And there's like all this crazy, violent, like ultra trippy cartoon stuff. But like Bunny goes to a lake and throws a bomb in the lake to kill all the swans. And then it's like grabbing the swans and dragging them out, cutting their own like intestines in and like pulling like a rabbit out of their guts. Like it's wild. I'm like, okay, first of all, a lot of this stuff I'm sure is just being AI generated. But nonetheless, like that's what your kids are getting. So I would want to be like, okay, their algorithm is going to be very good at recognizing what's violence or whatever. And as a parent, I just want to be like, no violence, no this, no that, approved channels, disapproved channels. And then now I know my kid's algorithm is going to get the following things. And algorithmic control, I think, is going to be super important. And I think people are going to go crazy demanding that whether it's Netflix, X, Instagram, that I determine my algorithm. And I think that people are going to be fiendish about it for kids. If Netflix is watching, that would be my advice. Immediately race not to pick a winner on the values debate, but instead give parents control over what kind of content they do and don't want their kids to see, and make sure everything is tagged, and that you can't put content up that isn't tagged, and that accounts like get a reputation score. So if you've got somebody where the account itself has let's say they've been creating content for 2 years, and I mean, it's a little bit different in Netflix because they literally have buyers that like bring this stuff into the ecosystem. So this is going to be far easier for them than it will be for somebody like YouTube. So my advice is the same for YouTube, but accounts will get a credibility score. So if that account has been putting out like good stuff for years, they've never violated it, they don't get unreasonable reporting on them and all that, they're going to get more leeway. If they put something up and it's like, we're not quite sure, whatever, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Other accounts, maybe their thing is fine, but they're brand new, and so it's got to go through review, whatever. It'll be something like that, but you have to put parents in control. Now, that comes down to the debate about who owns, I know people are going to hate that word, but who owns the kid? Is it the government or is it the parent? I think it's the parent. So for me, it's like the parent should 1,000% be able to decide what their kids do and don't see. And that means they will need algorithmic control.
This is a slippery slope where, like, hypothetically speaking, Netflix implements that. And there now is does this contain LGBTQ content? Yes or no? Is a toggle. Could that mean somebody can be like, yeah, I don't want black people in my content either. Let's filter out that. I don't like business themes in my content. I figure
people may say, like, I as a business don't want a racial filter. Great. Let the business make that decision. Parents can and should be able to teach their kids what they believe is right. If somebody wants to teach their kid about Jesus, they should be able to do that. If somebody wants to teach their kid Jesus isn't real and evolution is, they should be able to teach that. If people want to say that embracing trans people is about love and inclusion, they should be able to teach that. If they want to teach them that trans is mental illness, they should be able to teach that. Parents should be able to teach their kids what they want. You have to deal as a society with the consequences of that, but I don't want to be in the business of top-down telling parents what they can and can't teach their kids. That is the catastrophic mistake.
So from your perspective, it's not necessarily censorship, as in don't give me these options, but I should have the ability to opt out of
people
options.
Should be able to censor what their kids see 1,000%.